Hey there, Heather Ho. There's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Stone Cold Hockey 64-65 season video. We have we're of course trying to do the Toronto Maple Leafs and make them four-peat. They were the 62, 63, and 64 champions in real life, trying to win in 1965. So you got yourself the Leafs in second place at 9-5-1 to the Red Wings who are 8-3-5. Habs 8-5-2. Chicago one game below 500, but they're fourth. South four move on. Boston's 3-6-6, and the Rangers are pathetically 15 game winless streak to start the season. Goal scoring: Ron Ellis, my man, 13 goals for us in 15 games. Ron Murphy of Detroit second with 9. Bobby Hall, Norman Ullman, Gordie Howe, and Claude Provo with 8 each. Assists wise, Norman Ullman leads with 15. Stan Mikita 13. The Big M Frank Mahovich with 10. Points wise, Ullman, Mikita, and Howe. Ellis is fourth. Penalty minutes wise, Carl Brewer is number 1 with 46. Best goals against average by player. He's got enough. Gump Worsley, a 192, even though he's 2-2-1. Dennis O'Shorty 2-2-3, even though he's 2-3. Roger Crozier 2-2-6. Sarchuk's fifth. Bauer's sixth. Jacques Plante is a painful 0-4-3. Standings wise, that's what we got. We have scored 49 goals, given up 37, so we have a plus 12 goals against. 63% points differential, so we've got points in 62% of the games. We're 5-2-1 at home, which isn't too bad. A pathetic 4-3 on the road. Let's look at the points and all that. Ron Ellis with 17 points, Frank Mahovich 12, Keon 11. Sarchuk 5-3-1, Bauer 4-2. Ellis with 13 goals. He has more goals than anyone else on the team have points. Highlights: Rangers in that one. Our biggest win was 8-2 against the Rangers. Our worst loss was 5-2 to Detroit. Outtricks by Claude Provo, Roger Bear, Ron Ellis, and Ron Murphy. Memorable games: Toronto 6-5 against the Rangers. That was when we were down 5-1, and we scored 5 straight goals to win the game. That was number 1. Detroit Rangers number 2, when it was Detroit Rangers, Detroit and the Rangers tying each other October 21st, and our 5-3 win over the Hawks on Halloween night 1964 when we were down 3-2 but scored 3 straight goals. And look at the schedule. We are going to Thursday, Friday, Saturday the 21st. Detroit will play Boston in the first game of the double dip, and it's a 2-2 tie. Boston, Crozier, and Ed Johnston. Detroit goals by Norman Ullman and Ron Murphy. Boston goal by Ab McDonald and Eddie Westfall. We host Chicago, and we have Sarchuk in the net against Glenn Hall, the man who once made 502 consecutive starts in net. To put that into perspective, you have to do it for 6 straight years in the current NHL to even, and he will still be short. The Leafs, of course, the Big M Frank Mahovich, Ronnie Ellis, number 6 in your programs, Davey Keon, number 14 in your programs, Bob Pulford, executive icon with the Blackhawks and Kings, future one, Red Kelly, 8 Stanley Cups, the most by anyone not on any Montreal winning a cup with the Habs ever. Eddie Bathgate, former Rangers icon, now Leaf. Ron Stewart, former, Ranger turned Leaf, but he turned Ranger again in 1969-70. He's the guy who was teammates with Terry Sarchuk, and they had that fight, and Sarchuk had his spleen removed. George Armstrong, the Chief. Tim Horton, yes, Tim Horton's Donuts. Jim Papan, who was a decent right winger for the Hawks later on. Don McKinney, also in that Bathgate trade. Kent Douglas, who went on to play for the Golden Seals, among others. B. Stamkowski, the Polish rifle. Eddie Shack, clear the track. Here comes Eddie, the Entertainer Shack. Carl Brewer, the guy who played some games for the Leafs in 1980 at age 42. Alan Stanley, winning a few Stanley Cups in his time. I think he was a future former Ranger too. Dickie Moore, former Hab icon. Brett Selby, Calder Trophy winner back in the day. Billy Harris, who would be better off as a New York Islander. Bob Bond, the guy who in the 64 Stanley Cup Finals won Game 6 with an overtime goal, and the Leafs won 4-0 in Game 7. And of course, Sarchuk and Bauer. Chicago's players: Bobby Hall, the Golden Jet. Stan Mikita, the guy who kept getting penalties until his 2-year-old daughter talked him out of it by saying, "Why is Daddy in the penalty box?" Kenny Warham, good right winger. Phil Esposito, yes, he was a Hawk before he was a Bruin. Chico Mackey, Chico time. Pierre Pilote, good defenseman. Eric Nestorenko, right wing icon. Doug Moens, who played a lot of years for different teams. That's when Bill Hay, Dennis Hall, Bobby Hall's brother, John Pye McKenzie, went to be a Boston player, Fred Stanfield, who played for the Bruins too, Matt Ravlich, Al McNeil, R.I.P., coach of the 1971 Habs, winning the Stanley Cup, but then leaving, Doug Jarrett, Doug Robinson, Moose Fasco, John Brenneman, Wayne Hillman, and Ken Hodge Sr. Let's go. First, 3 minutes into the game, battle, aggression. Saturday goes for hit, but Ty McKenzie goes to the box. Leafs, can we do something? Ouch! He gets clunked. Power play goal. Yep. Mahalic is straight from back-footing Portland. Mahalic remembering his goal-scoring touch that he had years ago. 5 years. And it's not Chico time. He's going to the box. Power play. Ronnie Ellis is 14 from Alan Stanley. 4 minutes later, so there's a fight, and it's going to be Nestorenko and Papin going to the box. Future teammates, I believe. So that kind of hurts the Blackhawks more on the scoring thing with Nestorenko. 4 minutes later, Blackhawks Al McNeil couldn't take the shot. And the Leafs are up 2-0 after 1. Mahovlich and Ellis. Second period, 4 minutes into the game, battle, agitating. Davey Keon. His sticks from Mahovlich and Bond makes it 3-0 T-Dot. Much later. Gresham? Private and Major. Fasco will go to the box. He won't be ejected, but Toronto has a 5-minute power play. Oh, got crunched. They know him. Power play, no. And the Hawks kill us a 5-minute penalty. The Leafs are up 3-0. Keon from Mahovlich and Bond. Third period, 4 minutes into the game. Battle. Hawks getting a penalty. It's Ravlich for 2. And the Leafs get another one. Shaq had a chance, but Stamkowski takes a dumb penalty. 4-on-4, no action. Ow, get crunched. Much later. Hawks, Esposito. They're trying to kill the clock here. And then Chico goes off for a second minor. That's a power play goal. And Bathgate. Hey, Rangers goes up on a 2-6 from Douglas and Bond. And the Leafs win the game 4-0. Suchak didn't have to do much. He picks up the SO for shutout. Mahovlich, Ellis, Keon, and Bathgate with the goals. Bathgate, a goal and an assist. Mahovlich, a goal and an assist. And Bobby Bond, 2 assists. The Leafs only had 2 problems. Papin was in the box for fighting, and then too many men. Stamkowski stepped over the box too early. But the Hawks can't do anything about it. The Leafs, kachi. So the Leafs have to head to Boston. Other games. Montreal, Chicago on the Sunday night. Hawks crush it 7-4 as Hall was back in net, beating Charlie Hodge and crushing it. Montreal goes by Davey Ballin, John Ferguson, Junkie Talbot, and Jimmy Roberts, not the NBC guy, tennis guy. Hawks goes by Espo, Doug Moans, Stanley Mikita, Bobby Hall, Chico Mackey, Bobby Hall, and then Chico Mackey. So Chico time scoring a pair of goals. Rangers, can they win the game? They tie the game 2-2. Crozier and Plant tied. Rangers did score. Well, they took Plant out for a 6th guy, and Nevin scored. Well, Detroit scores goal by Delvecchio and McGregor. Bob Nevin scoring his first 2 goals of the year. The guy who the Leafs traded to the Rangers for Bathgate, among others, Dick Duff and Ingerfeld, were the assists. Then we head to Boston. And Bauer will start against Jack Norris. So Bauer will get the start in the back-to-back. Jack Norris will have to come in for Boston. No Eddie Johnston, who was a Leaf goalie at one time. I remember. So anyway, Boston has Johnny Busick, Murray Oliver, Reg Fleming. I believe he was the first guy to die from CTE. Hockey player. Dean Prentice, he was a good guy. Tommy Williams, one of the rarities, an American playing in the NHL. At the time, of course. Ed Westfall, who would be better for the Islanders. Abby McDonald. Ted Green, who would be in that stick brawl with Wayne Mackey and then having the plane in his head and having to miss pretty much the 1970 Bruins chance to win the cup. Bill Nibbs, Wayne Maxner, is alive or Maxner, Orland Kurtenbach, first captain in Canucks history, Wayne Rivers, Forbes Kennedy. He would be a Leaf and then 4 years later ruin his career by shoving the referee during a hockey game. Ron Schock, who would do better 3 years later for the Blues, winning the division finals in double overtime, meaning they were going to the Cup finals against the Habs. Leo Boivin, Bobby Leiter, Bob Wolerich, Don Aubrey, future Hab, Tom Johnson, future Boston head coach, Bob McCourt, Murray Belfour, former Chicago icon, Gary Dornhofer, future Flyer and Hockey Night in Canada mainstay, John Gilbert, and Joe Watson, future Flyer. So here we go. 4 minutes into the game, battle, aggression, how's attack? 2-minute minor for Bond, good thing. Bruins, Prentice, no, couldn't do it. 4 minutes later, Augusto delivers a hit. 5 minutes later, Gresham, Luke goes to the PK, Kent Douglas for 2. Then chance on the power play, Prentice, aye. Another chance. Look out, Shitsky, Shorty. George Armstrong, the chief. Mo captain, my captain. From Samkowski and Horton makes it 1-0 Leafies. Am I taping? Yes, I am. Good. Last moment of the play. Oh, you have a chance, but not so fast. So the Bruins have more ties than losses. So that's actually good news. They had only had 6 ties in their season. Then they have 7 in this simulation. 5 minutes later. Action. Mount Hoveledge? No. 4 minutes later. Keon. Oh, they stopped him cold. 3 minutes later. Bruins Prentice. Oh. 3 minutes later. Battle. Question. Thompson gets the block. Will bend with the hit and the 2. High chance. Ellis. Oh. Chance. Oh, Shaq had a chance, but they've killed it. Later on. Action chance for the Bruins. Buzak, the chief. The Boston Chiefs can't do it, and the Leafs have a 1-0 lead after 2. Boring game, I know. Much later. Enforcer. No problem. 5 minutes later. Battle. Gresham. He got a hit, and it's Dickie Moore in the box. Yeah, the chance. Maxter misses. And now here's a Frickskier. Second shorty of the day for Armstrong from Pappen and Keon. It's 2-0. Short-handed. Shock. Oh, we couldn't do it. Leafs trying to kill the clock. Chance for McDonald. No. McDonald had the shot. E-I-E-I-O. He missed the puck on the net. E-I-E-I-O. Empty net. No shot. Empty net. No. Ellis. Game, set, match. Ronnie Ellis from Brewer and Keon. He scores, and the Leafs win the game 3-0. So Bauer does what Sawchuk did the previous night. Pitch a shutout. And the Bruins lose for the 7th time. George Armstrong with 2 shorthanded goals. Ron Ellis with an empty netter. So the Leafs did not score 5-on-5. But Keon with a pair of assists. That's what Dave Keon freaking does. And the Leafs are now 11-5-1. Nicely done. So Sunday's over. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, the Leafs head to Rangertown. And it will be Bauer versus Paille. So they're gonna go back to Bauer against Paille. So Marcel Paille, the backup goalie, the Jacques Plante. They don't trust Jacques Plante enough. Rangers do. Of course, my Ranger friends from Blue Shirt Underground will be like, Cutter, you better not make us look like twats. Well, regardless. You see Bathgate coming back, Ron Stewart coming back, Don McKinney coming back in a sense, Alan Stanley coming back in a sense. Rangers with Raj Gilbert, the guy from Guelph. Is it Guelph? Yeah, Raj Gilbert, who got injured because of a Guelph fan throwing an ice cream container on the ice. Camille the Eel Henry, Donnie Marshall, Vic Hadfield, great left winger. Wait till 6 years later. Bob Nevin, the former Leaf. Errol Inglefield. Jean Rotel, Jonathan Jean Rotel, Phil Goyette, Lou Angotti, Rod Sealing, Kitchener, Dick Duff, former Leaf and Habitant, Harry Howell, legend who played over 1,000 games in a Ranger uniform, Arnie Brown, who the Leafs I think traded away, Wayne Hillman, future Bruin, Jim Michael, Jim Nielsen, I think he was known as Chief too, Larry Cahan, Donnie Johns, Valfontaine, who was gentlemanly and went 5 straight seasons without taking one minor penalty, and Dave Richardson. So let's see what the Leafs can do. Early on. Bob Netta, no. 4 minutes later, battle, session, put by Douglas, and that's a 2. Power play, Bobby Nevin from Gilbert and Rattali. Makes it 1-0. And for the first time in 131 minutes, the Leafs have been scored upon. Is this going to be the end of the Rangers winless streak? The Hatfield and the McCoy. Hatfield has scored from Marshall and Boyette. Makes it 2-0 Rangers. 3 minutes later. Out. Bull hit. Later on. Rangers a chance. It's Hatfield. Hatfield McCoy is the second of the night from the Eel. It's 3-0 Rangers. Oh my gosh. This is it. This is finally it. This is it. The Rangers are going to finally take a win from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and also finally win a game in the first place. Nevin with a goal, Hatfield with 2. 4 minutes later, battle. Rangers deliver a hit. Then 2 minutes later, battle. Educated. Chance for the Eel? No. That is Gilbert from Duff and Nielsen. 4-0. Looks like the Leafs are fucked. Our goose has been cooked. Pick Hatfield, no. Leafs have a chance to find. Last moments of the period. And the Leafs are down 4-0. It looks like game, set, match. Stewart. Oh. Looking great. Action. McKenny. Thomas Wolfert. Segment killed. A chance for something. There's a fight. Gordon and Brown go toe-to-toe, but at the end of that is it. The third period is over, and the Rangers finally get a win. Their 16-game winless streak is over, and the Leafs fall flat on their faces, losing 4-0. What the hell happened? How many chances did the Leafs have in possession? Barely much. Only, Horton and Brown at the end. So at 10:57, so that was officially 130 minutes and 57 seconds of shutout hockey by the Leafs, but they finally blow and the Rangers no less. I mean, they could have given a goal to the Hawks, no problem, or even the Bruins, but to the Rangers, everyone would be laughing at me. Shut up, Cutter. Anyway, the Leafs now have to head to Chicago for a Thursday game. Rangers will beat Boston. So the Rangers win again. Paille against Johnson. So the Rangers take the momentum against the Leafs and shovel it towards Boston 5-3. Boston goes by Forbes, Kennedy, Murray Oliver, and Tammy Williams. Ranger goes by Camille the Eel, Rod Sealing, Kitchener, Rod Gilbert, Camille the Eel, and Ingerfield. Montreal heads to Detroit and ties 1-1. Hodge and Crozier with the ties. Backstrom for Montreal, Detroit, McGregor. Now, normally we would play the next game in Chicago, but due to the fact that I want to play a team once per video, and not have multiple times. What is my time? 18 minutes. I will play this. Well, the Leafs win 3-1 as Sawchuk back in the net, Detroit, Chicago. Bobby the Golden Jet scores 11, but Keon with his 7th, Brewer finally getting a goal, and Ronnie Ellis with his 16th make it 3-1 Toronto. Bathgate with a pair of assists. Brewer with a goal and assist. Horton with a pair of assists. Very good. No Friday games. Saturday we host those pesky Rangers, Boston, Montreal, and it's Montreal Cicero. Charlie Hodge with the shutout over Ed Johnston. Goals by Ballin, Beliveau, Provo, Rousseau, and finally against and Ballin. Now Rangers leaves the return match, but the rules are once per video per team. And once again, we lose 3-1 as Paille back in the net for the third straight time. He's now going to probably be in the number one goalie. Sawchuk loses to him. Ellen Stanley did score, but Rattel, Gilbert, and then Gilbert his 10th. So the Rangers are on a 3-game winning streak. On Sunday, we're in Detroit, Boston, Chicago. Chicago wins 3-2 over Boston. Boston's struggling. Johnson losing the Hull. Boston goals by Wayne Maxim and Murray Oliver. Hawk goals by Phil Esposito, Pierre Pilat, and Stanley Mikita. Montreal heads to New York and wins 5-1. Jacques Plante was in net against his former team. It figures he loses to Charlie Hodge. Ranger goal by Hatfield, but goals by Sean Guy Talbot, Bobby Russo, Ralph Backstrom, Gilles Tremblay, and Davy Ballon. Help Montreal out. Now we go to Detroit, and because this is a Sunday, why don't we finish it off? We play the Red Wings, who have 3 losses and 8 ties. That's amazing. They have more ties now in 19 games than they had in the 70-game season in real life. And it is Crozier versus Sawchuk. So Sawchuk comes back to Detroit and gets cheered a little bit. Detroit players: Normie Allman, future Leaf; Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey; Alex Delvecchio, part of the production line; Bruce McGregor, Rod Murphy, Floyd Smith, future Leafs head coach; Ted Lindsay, terrible Ted Lindsay, back in Detroit after some time in Chicago; Parker McDonald, Ed Joyle, Paul Henderson, yes, that Paul Henderson, Canadian hockey fans, 1972 Senators; Penn Martin, future Blackhawk; Dougie Barkley, Ruff, and future head coach slash GM; Gary Bergman, Larry Jeffrey, and no, that's not how you spell my legal first name. My legal first name is E-R-Y, not R-E-Y. Val Fontaine, the gentlemanly player; Will McDonald, relation? Probably no relation, I don't know. Marcel Prodofo for relief; Al Langwood, the guy who made that turnover that saw Bob Bond score the winning goal in Game 6; Pete Gauguin, Bill Gadsby, pretty good player in his own right; John McMillan, Andre Prodofo, Warner Godfrey, and Bob Dillenbow. Here we go. Early on, Red Wings, Parker McDonald, no. Then, as you told her in the chance for the Red Wings, yours! McGregor. And then Floyd Smith hits the one-half for the Red Wings. Much later, still a hit. 3 minutes later, battle and a fight. And it's Stewart and Martin going toe-to-toe. Relief skier, pressure, Davy Keon from George the Chief Armstrong. We're tight, these. And much later, after the penalty was home, Detroit delivers a hit. And Detroit gets a hit. Fontaine with the hit. But no penalty. Eddie Shack, no shot. He couldn't do it. And we are tied at 1-1. Second period. 3 minutes in. Second, and a chance for Paul Henderson. No. No, sir. 2 minutes later. Leafs have a chance. Brewer. No. 5 minutes later. Battle aggression. A hit by Martin, and that's a 2. Leafs. Armstrong. No. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. 2 minutes later. The Leafs go to the block. Eddie Shack with the hit and the penalty. And the catch power play goal. Bruce. It's ace from Alan Henderson. 2-1. Much later. Already 2-1 Red Wings after 40 minutes. McGregor with a pair of goals. Toronto. Got to do something. Chance for the Red Wings. Pitt. Martin. No. Martin. 4 minutes later. Action for Shamkowski. No. And another fight. It's Stewart and McGregor going to the box. Take down Bruce McGregor, who's scoring all those goals. 6 minutes later. It's a split and no shot by Murphy. Action. Well, the Leafs are in trouble. No fight. And Foster delivers the hit. They're trying to kill the clock. And they do! And the Leafs can't believe that they lose 2-1 as the Red Wings will win with 2 goals by McGregor, Keon for the Leafs, and they just couldn't do it. The Leafs fall flat. They're still second. They're a point back of Detroit. Now Toronto high first place in the league. So it's Detroit, Toronto, Montreal, Chicago, 1 game below 500 for 4. Rangers and Boston are fighting it out. Ron Ellis still the goal leader by 5 over Bobby Hall. Ron Murphy and Rod Gilbert have double digits. Roger Crozier has got the best goals against for Sarchuk and Hodge. Paille 8 ahead of Eddie Johnson. Flaunt still second. Jack Norris 278 despite the fact he hasn't won a game, which Paille and Johnston have. Weird, don't you think? It is weird. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.